G'day guys, and welcome to another episode of Beyond the 90. I am your host, Alex Alleman. Now in this episode, we'll be looking at everything A-League and Socceroos, keeping it all Australian. So this is your one-stop shop for everything Australian football. So this week we'll be looking at the Socceroos game against Belgium, which finished in a 2-0 loss, and I think a really good sign of what Australian football needs to do to keep it up to date with the big teams in Europe. Now the Socceroos did go down 2-0. Mertens scored in the 17th minute and Witzel scored in the 77th. And for me, the Socceroos just a little bit shaky. I know Ange Postecoglou wants to start a lot of young, fresh players to keep them up to date with international football for the Asian Championship next year. But for me, it just a very lackluster first half. Our defence was really flimsy, very shaky. Our big players didn't just seem to get into the game. Timmy Cahill was lost. Bresciano was lost for me. Lecky, Tommy Orr, not living up to the standards that we saw them in the World Cup. But however, Postecoglou does use these friendlies as a chance to see up-and-coming players for the squads heading forward into the future. And the second half was a lot better than the first half. For me, Australia just needs to look on finding a key centre-back to work around and really command the defence. They just don't have the likes of what we used to with our commanding centre-backs such as Lucas Neal and Sasha Obganoski that really led from the back. I think if they can establish someone like that, we can get a little bit of a formidable backline, because Belgium in the first half just tore through our backline, and thanks to the heroics of Matt Ryan, this could have been an absolute whitewash. So the Socceroos, not overall embarrassed, but they do need to keep the quality up heading into further games, and they are still seeking an all-important win under Ange Postecoglou. There has been signs of impressive football, but we haven't really gone out and really dominated any team as of yet, and that's been since the World Cup and the friendlies afterwards. Now the Socceroos do play Saudi Arabia tomorrow at 5 a.m. So Ange Postecoglou will be looking to get an all-important win for the Socceroos, especially against Saudi Arabia, as we could end up having to play them in the Asian Championship, and it will be good to put us up against a quality Asian side and just see how we go. I do feel that in Asia we can match it with any team, and we are one of the better sides in the Asian district, but I do worry that when Australia does come up against the European side, that we will forever struggle until we can get some sort of formidable structure and team that can match it with some of the big sides in Europe. And that is what Ange Postecoglou is about, just trying to get our A-League players up to that international standard, and just trying to make our players that are playing overseas and abroad, just trying to get them into the flow of international football and get them leading Australia to victory. Now the game against Saudi Arabia is tomorrow morning at 5 a.m. So if you are an early riser, please make sure you get up and support the Socceroos. And in general, just please support Australian football. The A-League is not too far away. It does start in October. So please make sure you visit your club's respective websites and get a membership and get along to as many games as possible. We do want to get behind Australian football and help it develop and grow. Thank you guys. So that's all for this episode of Beyond the 90. You can keep up to date with my blogs and videos at www.beyondthe90.net, and you can follow me on Twitter at Alex Alleman. Thank you guys. Good luck to the Socceroos tomorrow, and that is me done for this episode. Thanks guys, and I'll sign off here.